Hey, what's up, everybody? It's a recap of Saturday night. It's been a long day. We played some actual real hockey today. We were both tired, son and I, both injured. Long day. I want to go over some of the games in three major sports that we follow: hockey, hockey playoffs, basketball playoffs, and baseball. Start with hockey. You've got a 3-1 win for Carolina over the Islanders. Completely predictable by the algorithm. That's great. You've got Boston running over Toronto. Wasn't as predicted here in this algorithm. We had this being a closer game, one that Toronto could even potentially outscore Boston, but that does not happen. Toronto does what they normally do in the playoffs, which is lose. So that's what happened on Saturday. How about Sunday? I've prepared the algorithm and I've talked about it in a previous video. It likes Florida. It likes the Rangers. Very close game where apparently Winnipeg and Hellbuck over Colorado. That's interesting, but it could be extremely. You'd be looking at your overtime games in this Colorado Winnipeg series, apparently. So there's that, and then Vancouver over Nashville, with Thatcher Demko here, about 3-2. So that's what's going on with hockey. Basketball, and this game is about over right now. The Lakers are up 112 to 101 with a minute left. So they are probably winning this game, even though the score is not fine. I'm sorry. Denver is beating the Lakers. Denver is beating the Lakers. It's the other way around. And that, of course, is good for the algorithm, as the algorithm does what NBA algorithm does, which is just have a big old block of green wins. I did mention this in the recap video overnight last night when I talked about basketball. I didn't update the injury report at all today. I said that the Minnesota Timberwolves were at a really good line, how high they were up here. They won by 20 some points, I believe, as I was getting ready for my own hockey game and I was watching this. Yeah, 25 points. So even a New York Knicks team that's slightly more injured than Philly, if this injury report is correct, they even managed to win. The Cavs managed to win, and it looks like Denver is going to hold on. Yeah, they're going to hold on. They're going to beat the Lakers. So everything, if it's 114, one run over, everything wins. In NBA, I haven't updated tomorrow, but it's very easy for those who are asking. You just paste the odds from RotoWire here, and you paste the injury report here, and you refresh the injury pivot table here, and then you go to the results pivot sheet, and you refresh, and you have picks for the next day. I just haven't done it yet for tomorrow. I believe there are games, so we'll see how that goes. Probably will continue when we are. So far, at least the last 2 days I've done NBA, we're 6-0. So standard for the NBA algorithm. Keep saying that. So now let's get into more complicated discussion about baseball. We were due for having our luck run out. I mean, we've been on a really amazing run with baseball over the last 4 days, especially. So there are a few things that are good. We'll start off with the good, and then we'll talk about some more combination strengths. First of all, I said number one pick of the day was the Cubs in the second game of their doubleheader today because of the pitcher they were going up against. They do win this game. They cover. They get over 4.5 runs. So all the bets that are associated with the Cubs in this game as the pick of the day, they do win. So that is good. Keeps our streak alive of hitting another day of pick of the day winning. The rest of the sheet gets kind of weird. So it wins at the top with Philadelphia and the Mets and Cleveland. The first game of the doubleheader, the Cubs blow it in the ninth inning. So they had a lead and then they end up losing 3-2 in the ninth. Like I said, we were due for some bad luck, and there it did happen. But some interesting things is up at the top of the list, you still get the Yankees as the Mets as an underdog winning over the Dodgers. You get Boston as an underdog winning over Pittsburgh. Houston can't win at this minus 175 line, but Toronto looks like they're winning. That game's not over, but they're up 4-1 last time I checked. But then you have losses, and I bet a lot of these games. So I lost money today. I didn't stay up at the top and only bet this stuff at the top, even though I bet basketball and I bet some hockey and I won some games. I just didn't do well. I had things like Detroit and Arizona and Colorado and Kansas City and Houston and this Cubs in the first game. I had all those things and it just spread it out and I lost too many games. So I didn't win money today. I lost more than a few $100 today. So not as much as I won yesterday, but I still lost today. So if you stuck to the top, you did okay. If you stuck to these games, I remember I said games above 20% margin in the video today. Those go 4-1, and you do show 39% ROI just betting those games, including that Mets underdog game. So just goes to show you that staying at the top of the list is really beneficial if you don't get greedy. Now, I did run the macro on this because I wanted to see what combinations did better than this. And something interesting came out. So I manually created one of these combinations. I remember when I did this. I'm going to show you which one it is because it's the one that had the best day today. It's combination number 37. I used to wear that number in ice hockey a long time ago. I remember creating combination number 37. So combination 37 is, I'll show you because it looks kind of interesting. Come on. Combination number 37 consists of 50% lineup factor and then a nice even distribution of about 10% over innings pitched, pitcher whip, ERA, team ERA, and BABIP. So it's very heavily weighted on the most dynamic stat in here, which is the lineup factor of who is playing. And these players have now played for a few weeks. We're more than 3 weeks into the season. So the players are accumulating some stats that are contributing to their lineup factor. Well, that ends up going 11-15 today. It wins with that second game of the doubleheader for the Cubs. It wins with Philadelphia that annihilates the White Sox, who only score some runs in the 9th inning. Cleveland beats Oakland. Cubs barely lose in the first game of the doubleheader. Arizona doesn't show up against San Francisco. Houston barely loses by a run to Washington. Kansas City offensively comes back after being down 7-0 to Baltimore to only lose 9-7. And they threatened. So this was an underdog. They don't win, but they showed that they were going to put up some runs. The Mets win. Colorado was a complete disaster and lost. So there's no saving that. But then you get Cincinnati, Boston, Atlanta, Toronto, Milwaukee, Tampa Bay, Minnesota. You hit 1, 2, 3, 4. You hit 4 out of 6 underdogs, losing only Kansas City and Colorado. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. So makes me want to kind of look at this combination, look at a couple different combinations tomorrow, which I'll go over in the video. And combination 37 will be one that I want to look at because I'd like to see teams that show up that have a solid lineup factor. I would like this number here, this lineup factor, to be a pivotal player because it should be. That's how the lineup of who's starting really impacts the projections when you use lineup factor heavily. So the only thing I don't like about combination 37 is that you can see that you don't do as well up top. You actually go 3 and 4 in the top 7. You go 4 and 5 in the top 9, and then you win a bunch of games. That's not great statistically, meaning when you operate with combination string 488 that's heavily reliant on the starting pitcher, look at how this is more reliable up top. And it's what you want, which is up top, you hit 6 out of your top 8, barely losing 1-run games with the Cubs and with Houston. So in that sense, you don't get these winners with these losing Detroit, losing Arizona, losing St. Louis, losing Colorado, losing Texas, losing Kansas City, losing Yankees. You don't get this stuff at the bottom of the list, but you get this stuff at the top of the list. So for that reason, I'm going to continue with combination string 488. It's done great things for us. And you can't really call this a bad day. Can't call it a bad day when your pick of the day wins. You win the top 3 games. You barely lose in the 9th inning. With this game, you could have won the top 6 here reasonably without that bad luck. So we'll call it a wishy-washy mixed match day. Like things could have been better if you bet this without betting it too greedily, I guess. That's what I would say. So anyway, that's the recap. Sunday, I will be able to do a video for those that subscribe. So if you want to get on the list, you got 10 more days of me doing the baseball algorithm. You can see it's a lot of work. Didn't result in any 15 team parlays winning tonight. That's more of a rare occurrence, but top down pick of the day, not bad. There was some profitability there. All right. Good luck, everyone. Enjoy everything. We'll be watching the Caps play some hockey and see if they can pull some magic against the Rangers, and Charlie Lindgren can do what he needs to do and hold that team at bay. So hopefully we can win some playoff games here in Washington. We'll see how that goes. All right. Good luck, everyone. May all your picks be winning. Enjoy what will be a busy Sunday of probably basketball, baseball, and hockey. 4 hockey games tomorrow. It's playoff hockey time. It's the most fun. The first round of playoff hockey is always the most exciting. It's like the March Madness of hockey, even though it's in April. A lot of games going on. All right, good luck. May all your picks be winning.